to another episode of Music People and Journeys. It's another amazing interview special. They come in thick and fast, but they don't come thicker and faster than Sirius Black. Hi guys, how are you?
Well, thank you very much. We're fine, and we're very glad to be with you guys and having this talk and interview with you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So.
Just Marius said, we are fine, we are great, and we're in the process of recording a new album. So
that's coming. So when I said thick and fast, obviously you kind of give us a little bit of brief on that before the show. So because like the last album was only released in October, so when do you hope the new album releases? It's going to be within a year, because that's really quick, isn't it, for an album?
So. Would you like to elaborate on that one?
Well, at the moment, we plan to get the new album out at the beginning of 2026.
Okay.
So spring next year.
Okay.
But now we have already to work on it, because the songs aren't made on their own. So of course as you might know, Nikola, for example, lives in Serbia. The other guitarist, Dominik, lives in Austria, and we're separated. So until we come together, everybody starts working and as soon as possible, so that we have the time at the end to bring the stuff as good as possible together. And of course we finish it together. So but the individual beginning of songwriting and writing lyrics and vocal lines and stuff starts very early. So we are already in the studio on our own. Yes. So
you're obviously a multi-international, what's the country? Different countries. I can't think of the word there. But multinational kind of band. Then, so you say Serbian, Austrian. Mo, are you German? But based on your accent, so
yes.
And what about the rest of the band?
Well, if you consider me as a Serbian singer, that's kind of interesting, because I have a Hungarian passport. So I'm also Hungarian and also Serbian. So it's kind of funny. If we could count how many nationalities we have in the band, yeah. I have to be a two kind of things.
So you got German.
Yeah, I'm two.
And Austrian. What are the nationalities?
No, I still don't have a German, and so I'm a Hungarian and a Serbian.
Yes, and then we have the Austrian guitarist, and myself, Mario on the bass guitar, and the drummer Chris. They are from around Munich. So three German, Bavarian guys, three Germans, one Austrian, and one Serbian / Hungarian guy. Yes.
I love that. You knew Mo was a German when he said, like, when he goes, the music does not write itself. We need to be in the studio, and we need to be going at it.
Absolutely.
We need to be organised. It doesn't write itself, you know.
But to be honest, we German, we know about that. Well, it's not a cliche, because there's a big truth in it, but the younger generation, it gets lost a little bit. So let's see if we're talking like this in 10 or 15 years. So the younger German generation isn't that we must be ready at one.
I don't think any generation is, to be perfectly frank, really, isn't it? But there we go. So, if somebody wants to know about, if I was to say, I interviewed Sirius Black the other night, and they say, what sort of music do they do? Well, I would say rock, but what sort of rock would you describe your music as to somebody who's maybe thinking about listening to your music?
Well, it's a blend of heavy metal, power heavy metal, a blend of hard rock, and a little bit of heavy metal, like a classic heavy metal. It's not a strict genre that would, let's say, if we have like Symphony X as a band, we can kind of imagine what kind of a music they play, and they have their own kind of genre of music. I would say classic power heavy metal. It's a Symphony X, but we have a different kind of a genre that is more combined of more different type of metal music, and that's maybe the interesting part of it, which why I've joined the band, because it 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 gives me space to create whatever I want with my vocals, and music wise, it doesn't, I'm not put in a mold and do what I want, what has to be done, but actually I can do whatever it fits the things that we are doing right now.
And actually, it's a bit difficult to call a special genre, because the music has changed a little bit. It has developed over the years. The first albums, they were a kind of more progressive and a bit mystical stuff like this, which had also depend on the former singer Urban Breed, but and now with Nicola, who has another character in the voice, and we try to make it more we fit it more to his voice and his vocal style. So that's why. And even the other band members have changed over the years a little bit. There are just, to be honest, there are just two founding members left, with Mario and Dominik. So every change in the lineup has brought his changes with it. So new influences that automatically the sound and music changes a little bit. So
yeah, it's actually, I think I think you aptly described that, Nikolai, because when I did a bit of research, I went like, because on Wikipedia you're a power metal band, and I'm thinking like, they're not really power metal. And then I don't know, because I did love the album, and I listened to a little bit again today, and I went like, well, a little bit, but it's also maybe a little bit more kind of heavy rock, and I would put you more in that heavy rock kind of genre. And then there's a bit of Iron Maiden in there, but they're not really Iron Maiden. That you can see the influence there, but you're not really that. And I'll go like, and so you do seem to straddle that kind of classic rock, heavy rock kind of power metal vibe, if you like, through, and which is what I really like. There's a lot of what I call generic kind of classic rock bands who are trying to do modern twist, but they're very generic in their tastes. And I think what I loved about your album is very much it's a bit of this and it's a bit of that, and it's a lovely kind of mixture really from that perspective. So how long then as the band? When did it originate? When did you kind of when did this band kind of start? And then what made a Hungarian Serbian join forces with a bunch of Germans? How did that obviously happen as well? So,
well, the band was formed in 2014. So,
okay.
And the last month, the band was celebrating its 10th anniversary, if you want to see it like this. And it was formed as a kind of, so Nicola and me, we haven't been in between the founding members, but it was founded as a kind of all-star band, because Mario, Breed, and Dominik and Thomen Stauch, they knew each other from the heavy metal scene and from many festivals and like this, and they came together and said like, hey, let's start a cool thing together. And that's how it started about 10 or 11 years ago. And then but the problem with an all-star band is when everybody Roland Grapow, sorry, I missed that one at the beginning, at the guitar, a big guitarist, but with his Masterplan and other projects, so it got more difficult to as Sirius Black got that successful at the beginning. It was hard for them to do the tours and to stay together as a band with releases on and on. So that's how it changed.
And then when did you join the band then, Mo?
Nicola joined first.
Oh right, okay. So let's go in order then. So Nicola, when did you join the band?
To be honest, because it was Corona, I guess I don't really remember which date was it, but I guess it was 2022, 2022 when I was recording some of the things for the band. I don't know, I don't remember exactly when it was announced that I was in the band because I knew it much earlier that I'm in the band.
So this was after COVID.
Because, yeah, this is well, for someone it was after. For someone it was during the COVID because I remember we had a tour in something around November or something like that, and it never happened just because of these things. So yeah, let's say I'm 2 years in the band. This is going to be my third year in the band, and it started within 3 months of auditioning, recording a few songs, recording some of the older songs from Urban that he sang before, and just gaining sympathy from the band members, from Mario and from Rami. And in the end, I got one song I was completely unproduced, with no vocal lines, here and there, a few vocal lines and stuff like that. So I recorded that one. That was the crucial thing. That's when they decided that I'm going to be in the band. So it took us around 3 months of recording and singing, sending files, receiving emails and stuff like that. So it was kind of a moment of kind of anxiety. Will it going to happen? It's not going to happen. So yeah. Let's say I'm 3 years right now in the band. So after that, Maurus came along. Maurus, your story?
Yes, it was just a few months after Nicola, but so I haven't been working with the guys on the Vengeance Is Mine album, which was released right in spring 2022. And right after the release, or while it was released at the beginning of 2022, I was asked to join the band. Yes, and as Nicola said, it was really a hard time because of COVID, and we had the tour planned, and it was completely postponed. And then we had a tour. We postponed it to the spring of 2022, and then it hasn't been. We haven't been able to tour, but the Spain dates, they had to be played, so we flew to Spain and played 4 shows, and then we flew back home, and that was it. And then the rest of the tour was done at the end of 2022, and it was really tough because that was a time where every band which had to postpone their tours during the COVID time were playing their tours. So yes, it was really to say the first year in the band, it was not really it was hard because it was hard to plan for everybody. You didn't know is there a lockdown again or something like this. So it was not easy, but it was really great, and at the end of it fitted very well.
Now, I'm going to compliment you again here. Don't let all of this, compliments go to your head, okay? But when I watched your videos, typically when I watch sort of bands of your ilk or your genre, when I watch the videos, the lead singer is either completely over the top or incredibly cheesy, right? Okay, it's a bit old style. And when I watch your videos, what I loved about you is like, you performed. You could tell you weren't just you weren't just singing the song or performing it just for like, I'm going to make this cheesy. It just felt, I suppose it felt real, which is a sign for me. And I've been watching rock musicians and singers for, nigh on since the 80s, really. I mean, I've seen them all, and I loved the way that you perform on the videos in terms of not making it over cheesy and stuff as well. You literally. You feel the words, you perform the words really well, and I got a compliment to that. I loved watching your videos today. Actually, I was having a quick look. So,
well, thank you very much.
Is that a style that you're purposely and mindfully in terms of your performance, or you're just natural?
To be honest, I guess maybe it's natural. I'm doing something that I never thought about that, actually. I thought my videos are very bad, but
There we go. Compliment from an old pro like me.
I'm never satisfied with the videos, but that's my thing, my own thing. Why I thought it's gonna be every time you know this one. Every time you think it's the worst video you have ever done, but in the end it kind of turns out to be cool and great and stuff. But it's kind of a very nice from you that you saying this, telling me this, because it's kind of it's a wind in my wings, So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So listen, we now got to the best bit in the show, right? Okay, it's everybody cries out for it, fan mails galore, but it's Trish time. So there we go. So Trish, Trish is going to fire some questions at you. Crack on, Trish, and you're on mute before you embarrass yourself.
Thanks for that.
That's okay.
You're cutting out.
As if I would ever do that to you, right, Nige?
No, never, eh? Never. Pro like you.
Yeah, pro like me. Okay, so how does your creative process differ from album to album? So obviously you've recorded one album and now you've got the new one coming up next year. Does the creative process differ as to how it's going to be?
Well, it's every album is a different story. So mostly the music is done first. So everything is assembled music wise, and we have general kind of a story what the album is going to be about. So we kind of build the music on what we feel right now at the moment, and after that the lyrics come alive. Everybody has an idea. The lyrics are created by the whole entire band, so somebody gives an idea, the lyric has been written, and after that we correct all the things inside the lyrics so that it fits the music, fits what I have to sing, the melodies, what we have thought out. But generally, I would say each album is written. Now the two albums we have done since the band members changed, since I'm the singer, and this album is gonna be a little bit different because we kind of decided what's gonna be in front. We decided what is going to be the album about, so we can already record. Everybody can record something by himself, and then we put it inside of this kind of a hub of people, the network of people. Like I send it to Momo, send it to Mario, and back and forth, and something good comes up. We send a riff, I send a chorus. This is the way this album is going to be born. It's a little bit different than the other ones because the first one I've recorded, that was in 2022. It was pre-written, and some of the lyrics were already written, and we just changed a little bit of the things, changed a little bit of melody. So I came on like a pre-recorded, maybe pre-recorded demo album. So in the second album, everybody had a little bit of
more input.
Mo and me, but this one is going to be a little bit more kind of experimental album, not sound wise, not idea wise, but it's going to be different because everybody's going to be having a bigger input to the album than the albums before, so it's going to be a little bit different. Oh,
cool. And who are some of your musical influences?
As a guitarist, there are a lot. As you might see, there is Paul Gilbert up there, or for me, Eddie Van Halen was a very, very huge has had a very huge influence on me. And then, but some Finnish or Swedish hard rock and heavy metal guys of the younger century, how to say that, are very great for me as well. I listen to bands like Sonata Arctica, where we have been on tour with. It was, for me, it was a big thing because they were the stars
awesome
of my youth, and then to be on tour with those guys was really an emotional thing for me. So I have, as to say, and at the beginning, I started to learn for about 10 years classical organ and piano. So the classical guys like Bach and Mozart have had their influence on me as well. So there are really lots of.
And what about you,
JJ? Well, a lot of influences. It started out with, I mean, this is going to sound absolutely cheesy, but that's how, if you want the truth, I'll give you the truth. All right. Like Iron Maiden, like in the song. Okay, so I started out with Beatles. I was an absolute kid. I went to music school from my sixth year. I started in my 6th year when I was 6. And after that, there was Richard Kleiderman. You maybe remember. Music. He was a pianist.
He was,
His music, kind of I loved him because of the glass piano, and I started listening to this kind of music and the stuff that he has rewritten and stuff. And after that, I started listening to that music, the original music with vocals and stuff like that. And then came an interesting singer. His name was Michael Jackson. But you know what? Even Dino Yellowstick, I know you know him. He listened to Michael Jackson, so it's not a sin. Come on,
no, absolutely not.
He's an awesome singer. Yeah. So after that, it was like all rock music. First thing first, like Iron Maiden. My friend showed it to me when I was in the elementary school, and I was like, "Wow, what is this? It's interesting, but it's like kind of my style." But right after dad of my friend, who's my best friend from a childhood, my guitarist from my first band in my life, he showed me Led Zeppelin and all these things. So Robert Plant, David Coverdale, Glenn Hughes, and people from that era, Ronnie James Dio, and the list goes on. And then in the later phase, it was the first absolutely massive voice that I've heard was Russ Levin from Symphony X. It was like, wow, what is this? I never heard of this. And after that, Dream Theater, and all these things come in. Just you could imagine, like
a lot of influences there. Yeah, a lot of influences.
Gordon Edmund from Ingrid Malmsteen, an amazing singer, and then Roland, and the list goes on and on and on. And now Dino Yellowstick.
Yeah. So, I was going to say Eddie Van Halen was also my hero until I saw Steve Vai live with Davey Roth. Just like,
oh yeah,
Steve Vai, man, Steve Vai, wow! You make his guitar actually talk. It was phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. But there we go. So, Trish, any more?
Yeah, my final question, and I was sort of talking about this off camera, is that I was listening to your latest album today, and my one question I always ask is, what is your favourite track off the album? And I was listening to the album and I was like, oh yeah, I really like that. And then when it went to the next one, I was like, oh, I really like that. And then I found it really difficult to pick. But I have nailed mine down to which one is my favourite track off the album. But what is yours?
Mo?
Ooh, that's really hard because it depends on the mood. Because for me, it's a bit similar. You've been in the songs, while in the development, so you're emotionally in it, and then your mood is changing. But at the end of the day, I like the virtual reality United and I have to pick one or three.
One.
Three.
I'm going to name three, but I'll tell you the one that I like the most. But yeah. But it's just
okay. And then there's still the metalized. Yeah, but virtual reality and United. That's
two.
Then make United.
Okay. How about you, Nikolai?
Well, I'm gonna say only one song, maybe. But if you really need three, I would say.
No, just the one. The one will do.
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
We Are the Storm. I had a complete video in my mind for that song, but it never happened, because some of the other songs were picked for video and stuff like that. But that was my absolute favorite song, We Are the Storm, because of the vocal arrangement, because of everything. Maybe you cannot hear all the vocals I've recorded, but I've recorded 16 tracks of backing vocals there. Amazing song, and I like the vibe of it. It's kind of and then the story behind it is amazing.
I can tell you, everybody of the band has another favorite song. Do
you know what? Because it's quite rare. Because when I do cool playlists, and I always have 40 songs per list, per playlist. So I try not to have 2 or 3 on that same playlist of the same band. So you ended up with 3 songs on one of my cool playlists, which is quite rare for that to happen. And the 3 that I put on that cool playlist were none of the ones you taught. But Silent Angel was one of them. When I'm Gone and the title track Rise of how do you pronounce it? Econon? How do you actually pronounce it? Akhenaton, yeah. And I like Rise of the Akhenaton because I'm really fed up. I'm a big, massive Iron Maiden, and I'm fed up of the direction they've gone in. And it's just that their songs are too long, and it reminded me of as if what Iron Maiden should be if they carried on the track. And I understand why they've changed, etc. there as well. But for me, Silent Angel was my fave. So, how about you, Trish?
Mine was none of what you said.
That's great.
You what? Sorry.
Take Your Life. Yes.
Take Your Life. I mean, and that really describes the album. That really describes the album, doesn't it? Right. Listen. Yeah. There's one of the things that certainly one of the guys who reviews the album with us, and we do look at the artwork on albums, and your artwork is stunning. It really is. So. How do you? Is it one of the band? Do you employ a regular artist who works with you and collaborates with you on your album covers? Because your album covers are absolutely amazing. So,
thank you. Yes, we've Sirius Black works with Stan Decker for many years now. So the first idea, and to be honest, and Mario, he always has his ideas, and Stan Decker delivers the first stuff. But then we all of us gets asked if we have, and at the beginning Mario tells us his idea, and everybody can deliver his thoughts about it and his ideas. But at the end, those 2 guys are working the most on the artwork stuff. Stan Decker is doing the operative stuff, and Mario delivers most of the input.
Cool. And so, are you going to be touring at all in the summer, or are you now full on working on the next album?
Yeah, well, we are working on the next album because it's kind of a lot of work. I mean. It's most of the times bands record more than enough songs for the album. Mostly it's almost like the double amount of songs for the album that anyway it would hit the production in the album. So we usually put 4 or 5 more songs, and we pick the best songs for the album. So yeah, it's a lot of work. So all the entire summer is going to be about recording, and it has to be finished. There's certain dates, so we are not in a hurry, but there's a pressure. And we're going to be playing festivals throughout the summer, mostly festivals. Oh?
Yes. We had 2 tours, one in the fall of 2024 and one now in spring. So now over the summer it's just some festivals, and there will be another tour the spring next year. But it's not all finished yet, but we're planning.
Well, let's hope you make it to the wonderful shores of the UK, because we'll be front and centre with a bit of luck. So that'll be amazing if that ever comes around. So listen, guys, particularly Nikolai, you're obviously a bit of a pop fan, so. It's the big night. It's the big night on Saturday night. It's Eurovision Song Contest. Will you be glued to TVs like I will? Because I absolutely love it. I love the drama. I love the theatre. I love the performances. I just love it all. What about you guys? Are you going to be watching Eurovision the weekend? Mo is twitching.
Well,
I know some of my friends will. I mean, because we are musicians and everything, so. I don't know. Some of my friends will absolutely watch Eurovision. They're always, and one of my friends have just won the Serbian Eurovision contest. Not contest, but yeah, he's going on Eurovision. So maybe I'm going to be watching because of him. Because I want to know what.
So your friend is representing Serbia on Saturday in the Eurovision.
Yeah, his name is Prince, and we know each other, not very close friends, but we know each other. Like,
that's fine. You move in the same circles. That'd be amazing. Yeah. We'll be rooting for him. And I never know what to expect with Germany. It's either completely rubbish or completely really hard thrash rock, or you just never know what to expect with Germany. Love Germany.
That's our problem.
Well, it's great, isn't it? Germany and UK have never been close, but in the Eurovision we are close because one of us will always end up with no part. You can guarantee it. Either Germany or UK will end up with no part. But there we go. Listen, it's been a blast. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us and some of your journey with us. We look forward to hearing the new album. Good luck with the festivals of the summer. Go and check out the album. It was so close to our Hall of Fame, but me and Trish were big fans. We loved it, which is great. So thank you very much to Mo and to Nikolai. Thank you very much for joining us.
Welcome.
Goodbye and keep on rocking.
Thank you for the invitation.
Keep
on.
Enough.